As you guys know, I've been in and out of doctors trying to fix my fucking nose. So can't breathe out of my nose. That's what I sound like all day. And I've been getting blood tests done. I got my CT scan where they scanned my head. I went and saw a fucking nose and throat doctor. By far the worst appointments I've ever had in my life was the nose and throat specialist. I mean, I totally understand. He did a great job, and I'm sure he's a professional, but it must suck doing your job. I felt like it's like the pap smear, you know? Like no woman wants to get a pap smear. If you do, you might be watching too much hentai, too much weird shit on Pornhub. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to get a pap smear. So no one would ever be grateful for the doctor who's, you know, like you walk in and she puts tongs in your pussy and opens it up like it's some kind of fucking like vines, you know what I mean? Like it's not good, you know? No one's like, oh, good, I get to have a pap smear. Thanks so much, doc. No one wants to say thanks after some chick has spent like 20 minutes gazing inside your pussy without, you know, giving it a little tickle. No one's excited for that. And I felt like that, you know? I'm just going to plug my laptop in here. 1 second. So I went to the nose and throat specialist, right? Because I've also been getting really bad sleep apnea. And that's just where, you know, you can't fucking breathe when you're asleep. Jazz sent me a recording of me when I was asleep. It sounded fucked. Like I'm literally suffocating. There's points in it where for 30 seconds, I do not breathe in. I'm listening to it and I go, oh, I'm dying. You know, if that's me at 60, I'm dead. So I have to get this shit sorted. So I go into all these fucking doctors and tests and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, right? Results. So it turns out I do have allergies. So we just thought initially that I had really bad allergies and that's why my nose was blocked. So I do have allergies. I'm very allergic to dust mites. I've got a low level of allergy to dogs, and I am highly allergic to my fucking shit cat. Just when you thought that bitch couldn't get any more of a fucking nuisance and a burden on my life. Look at my hands, bro. They are scratched the fuck up. And like, that's not enough for this bitch. She also has to be literally poisonous to my immune system. So that's great. The cat's fucking poison. Awesome. I should have never gotten involved with that bitch. Get rid of her, right? No, I'm not going to do that, right? So we thought that was the issue, but then I get my head scanned back. And I went and saw the nose and the throat specialist, and he did all of these absolutely fucked tests. I hated it. I mean, it's great now that I know what's going on with me, but dude, it was horrific. I go in there and we do all the questions and he asks me all this stuff and he goes, okay, cool. So what I need to do is I need to have a look at your nose and your throat. And I was like, oh, but that's what the CT scan was. And he goes, no, I need to have a look. And I was like, okay, cool. So he's going to look in my nose. Dude, he goes, all right, I need to spray this in your nose. He sprays this up my nose, both nostrils. It's like a numbing agent. So he sprays that up my nose and then it goes down the back of my throat. My whole nose is numb. The back of my throat is numb. Dude, the back of my throat was so fucking numb. I felt like I was like Riley Reid getting ready for a throat scene. You know what I mean? Like I was about to put in fucking 30 minutes of work with that doctor and 6 of his mates. That's what I felt like I was prepping for. It was so fucked. I really hated the sensation of having the whole nose and then the back of my throat like completely numb. It was terrible. And then because it's all connected, my whole mouth started to go numb. It was awful, right? But then I was like, oh, why do you need to do that? Just to look. He gets out this fucking gun attached to like a pool noodle. And it's this camera that he sticks all the way up my nose into the back of my throat. And I have to keep it there for like 2 minutes while he goes, all right, go, move your chin this way, move your jaw that way, lift your tongue up, lift it down. I've got this fucking tube so far in my nose that it's going down the back of my throat. I almost vomited. And he goes, all right, do not swallow whatever you do because you will swallow the camera. I'm like, holy fuck. It really is a throat scene. I went to the doctor. I got fucking throated. It was horrific, bro. So anyway, he fucking pulls it out my nose. in my throat and all this kind of stuff, and then sit down and it's results time. Oh, also, from the CT scan, they noticed that my ears were incredibly blocked, so he gave me a vacuum for free. That was like a little bonus. I got my ears vacuumed again. I can hear so well. Did you know my fridge makes noise? I didn't. Dude, if you guys have like hearing trouble or you think your ears are clogged up, get your fucking ears vacuumed. I think I went to this place initially, not this guy. It's called like Clear Ears or Clean Ears, something like that. Get them vacuumed. Don't get them flushed out with a syringe. That's bad. That makes it worse and it doesn't work at all. Get them vacuumed. Completely painless, doesn't hurt. It's just really, really loud, which is a little bit uncomfortable, but it sucks everything out rather than pushes it back in like that syringe shit. And when you're in the shower, fucking going like this. Terrible. Do the vacuum, completely painless. It cost me like $110. You can get it once a year if you're really bad like me. So apparently I'm real bad. So I need to get it done once a year. It is amazing. Night and day difference. I thought that I had hearing issues and I was going deaf. No, my eardrums were blocked by my own wax. Get them vacuumed. Incredible. Get your ears a suck job. Anyway, right, so I got that. That was a nice little bonus after he fucking stuck a camera down my nose into my throat. Horrific. Felt like I was in some kind of weird Japanese manga hentai. Anyway, so turns out I have a deviated septum. So the left side of my nose, I think the bone is literally wrong. So it's just, you can't fix it. You have to get surgery, is what he told me. So I need to see one more fucking specialist to confirm that. But also, that's not the reason I have this terrible sleep apnea. So I've been waking up tired. I don't rest properly. I never dream, which means I never sleep deeply. I just have light naps. Last night, 2 nights ago, I literally woke up at like 3 a.m. This is me at 3 a.m. And I never usually wake up like manually like this. This was me at 3 a.m. Like I'd been underwater for a minute. All I remember was me going, and then I was like awake, like adrenaline rushing through me. I almost died in my sleep. It was fucked, bro. That hasn't happened ever. So I think it's getting worse. And from the research that I've done, sleep apnea gets worse as you age. So I have a deviated septum, so I can't breathe through half my nose. So that could be making it worse. But he reckons the reason for my sleep apnea, and I have to do a sleep study to confirm this, where I go and sleep at a hospital, all this shit on me, and they fucking measure me. So he reckons that I have a recessed jaw, and your tongue is obviously attached to your jaw, and because my jaw is too far back, when I'm asleep, my tongue covers my throat. So even with a clear nose, I wouldn't be able to get any air in, right? So I've literally been diagnosed with leafy chin syndrome. It's horrific, right? It's not good. It's not good at all. And I'm like, well, doctor, what's the fix? So I needed to do a sleep study to confirm this is the issue. But if this is the issue, there are 2 solutions. Either, right, and sleep apnea is bad. You can die from it, especially when you're older. Like, it's a very common thing. And for someone, if you're fat and you have sleep apnea, it's almost definitely because you're fat. And if you lose weight, it should go away or at least lessen. For me, being so slim and so young and having sleep apnea this bad, not good at all, right? There's 2 solutions, right? Solution 1, I sleep with I think it's called a CPAP machine, which is basically a mouth guard attached to a tube, attached to a ventilator. And it pumps air down your throat while you sleep. Dude, I'm telling you right now, there is no fucking way I'm going to spend the next 70 years of my life getting throated by a machine every night. What, you think I'm going to take a CPAP machine on a fucking plane? Use it at hotels? Absolutely not. So I told the doctor, I was like, look, I knew about them and I was like, I can't use that for the rest of my life. If I'm old, I'll use it. I'm not living the rest of my life attached to a machine every time I need to sleep because, you know, you're going to rip it off, all that kind of shit. Won't be able to sleep, be horrible for my girlfriend, super noisy. Fuck that, right? So I go, what's the alternative? And he goes, well, obviously we need to find out how bad it is, and we'll know with the sleep study. But this is the nose and throat specialist. He goes, look, looking at you visually, looking at your jaw and where it's situated, you almost definitely have this. And if you have sleep apnea this bad, it's a life-threatening thing. So the only other alternative, right, and this is freaking me out, what they do is they cut your head in half. And I'm not joking at all. It's called MMA surgery. They break your jaw and then they move the whole bottom half of your head forward, move your jawline forward. It's like the opposite of overbite surgery where, you've got underbite, where you've got an underbite. So they move your jaw back. Opposite of that, they move your whole jaw forward. The entire bottom half of your head, they fucking break it with a hammer, move it forward, and then you can breathe because there's more room for air to go down your throat. That's fucking hectic, right? And it's not just that, because they move the entire bottom of your face, that's like the bottom row of your teeth, yeah? So then you also need to get braces usually on your top teeth to move where your top teeth are so that you can close your mouth properly. It's like crazy fucking in-depth mouth, face, jaw surgery. But at the end of it, I was looking at the results. Bro, if I get this shit, I'm going to be so fucking handsome. It'll be unbelievable. I'm going to look like Brad Pitt, bro. Can you think of, dude, once I got the strong jawline, it is over for you cunts. Over. I'm going to be so handsome, dude. I looked at some before and afters. Some of these dudes had chins in their necks and they walk out looking like Brad Pitt. I'm going to be the most handsome motherfucker on the damn planet.